Hey friends, welcome back to my Power Platform YAML Snippets Tips series. So today is all about making your gallery design elements, things that you may include in your gallery to make it look great, not necessarily the gallery data, but other design elements that you may include in your gallery that make it look great, fully portable by embedding SVG code directly into the control. So the visuals actually survive the journey from your app to storage, wherever you store that particular snippet, back into the app whenever anyone pastes it in. All right, let's take a look. All right, before we get into it, let me just tell you a little bit about me. My name is David Warner. I work at Quisitive, and I'm a Microsoft MVP and a Microsoft Certified Trainer, which basically means I love talking about this stuff a lot. So if you'd like to see more of what I do, you can check out my site at warner.digital, or come connect with me on LinkedIn. Let's collaborate. I'm always looking to share ideas, updates, and I'm probably going to share way too many purple and heart emojis. Aww. Yep, that's right. I love the sound effects too. And hey, if you find this video helpful or even mildly entertaining, tap that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments how you're planning to use what you learned. I genuinely love hearing and collaborating with other developers that are putting some of these things into action. And hey, by the way, I run a newsletter where I kind of round out some tips and information around other Microsoft 365 and Power Platform news and content in one easy, not spammy email. So I'll include a link in the chat. All right, if you're not familiar with YAML snippets and Power Apps, they basically let you copy and reuse entire controls in clean, readable code. It's super, super handy. Now, I go into more detail on how they work in the very first video of this series, which I'll link out for you. So if you're new to them, you might want to check out that first. Otherwise, let's get to the tip. Using inline SVG XML means your gallery visuals won't vanish as you move your snippets between apps. So think about it. No missing images, no broken links, just clean embedded assets that follow your design wherever it goes. It saves you from the whole having to track down the image file routine. You just paste and go. No worrying about a bunch of instructions that tell them where to go find the media, upload it, etc., etc. Just paste and go. Now, this tip is brought to you by the I forgot to upload the image foundation. Yes, I've been that person. No, I'm not proud of it, but let's talk about how to never forget your images again. Let's get into the demo. Okay, so here we are in Power App Studio, and what we're going to focus on, as I mentioned, is really looking to make the most efficient use of media that you're included in your galleries, right? Now, I'm not talking about data that may be coming from our data set, like in the items property. Here, we've got one that we've used before. It's a collection of Lego sets, and so if I were to look at it, it's a fairly basic gallery. We've got our description. If I click on it and then edit the template, we've got our description here, we've got our title, we've got our image, right? Perfectly fine. But what I'm talking about is utilizing some additional media that we may be including in our gallery that's going to make it look a little bit better, right? So let's fast forward to what that could look like. I've got this kind of black and white Lego frame, and I went and found it on a variety of royalty-free sites, right? Some of those free picks and stuff like that, super cool. And I set it up to be used here. Now, what I did is I uploaded it here into media, right? So it's an SVG, and we'll obviously talk more about making this a little bit more modular and scalable, which is what the intent of this tip is. And so it's baked into the app, which is great. And if I go back to my gallery, then we see, if I expand it here and go down, then we see what I've added here is image frame. Now it's at the bottom because I'm layering. I've got a whole nother tip on that. Super cool. You want to make sure you watch that one. I'll include it here as a link once I get it ready. But I'm including it here on the bottom because I want it to be kind of a framing opportunity for each of the records or each of the items within my gallery, right? Now, when I come in here and I view the code for that, that's perfectly fine. I'm baking in my data. That's another tip that you can find in one of my other examples. And if I look here, then we see, okay, there's image frame D3, and the image is being referenced as an image, right? But of course it's media, so it's being referenced as that kind of external file to the gallery, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're creating a snippet, you want it to be a little bit more copy and pastable friendly, right? You want to make it so that somebody can just copy and paste and have exactly what they need without having to go read, or, ideally you do obviously want to create some user guides and some documentation, but you want to make it easy. And humans, they want the easy route, right? They want that easy button. So if I were to come here and copy this code, and I'll come over to a brand new app and I'm going to paste it. Well, my data is there because that was baked into the items property, right? Perfectly fine. Another tip on that. But what I'm missing is the reference to my image, right? So if I come up here and I click on the red X and I look and see, well, okay, it's referencing that image. And of course, the image does not get included with the YAML. It's just a reference to the image. So now, again, it looks broken. We don't want that experience. We want it to be a wow factor. We want to, bam, I love it as soon as I paste it from whatever repository or however you've shared it. You want them to be excited immediately. All right, we can fix it, no problem. How are we gonna do that? Let me delete this from here, go back to my demo, and because we know we're using SVG, well, guess what? Behind the scenes, SVG is really just code. It's a bunch of XML that makes the images look like images, right? So now I'm gonna go over to this other demo, which looks identical to the human eye, but let's see what the change is. If I come and copy and view this code, well, I'm kind of tipping my hand a little bit, right? But I'm just gonna copy it to give you that wow factor, and I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna paste it, and bam, everything's working, right? Fantastic. Well, what did we do? Let's go back and demystify that, right? As I scroll down and look at the code, what did I do? I just included the actual SVG content there within my image control in the image property. So if I come and I expand this and I look at image, instead of just referencing that third-party image, that media file that's included in the app, right, and works on my box, works on my machine, it's not going to work on anybody else's. So in this case, we bake the SVG into the image property, and now when someone copies and pastes it into a brand new app from wherever they got it, right, whether you have it in a GitHub repo or a collective SharePoint site or whatever, however you're sharing it in your organization, when they go get it and they paste it in here, that's exactly the experience they get. I come down here, I look at the frame, and it's there, right? Super cool, super easy. Just another tip to make your YAML snippets a little more efficient, a little more consumable by people to use them in an enjoyable way. So check it out. Let me know in the comments how you're using it and what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Before we wrap up, let me show you one more amazing power move. There is a Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community GitHub repo where you can browse, use, and even contribute back to a number of snippets for free. Seriously, free, as in $0. Cost you nothing. You absolutely can use them infinitely. And when you contribute back, say, for example, you create your own snippet and give it back to the community, you don't just get those warm, fuzzy feelings, although, hey, those are good too, but you can actually earn Credly badges like you see here, Snippet Sorcerer, Power Contributor, or Community Contributor. Now, these are great for your blog, for your resume, for LinkedIn. Show them to your manager, show them to your clients, because they prove that you are contributing to the community and you are making a difference for the entire global community. And hey, send it to mom. She might not know what a YAML snippet is, but she'll know you're awesome. The links are here on the screen. I'll include them in the YouTube video description. So please get involved. Check them out.